we have a parallelogram. I'm going to use a different page. Number 10. Clean page. We have a parallelogram. And for parallelograms, I know that opposite sides are congruent. So those are congruent. These are also congruent because they're opposite sides. So if I want to figure out what A is, all I have to do is set those equal to each other because they're congruent. That, I think, was the easiest part, so that's for part B. So I guess we can do that right now. 6A plus 10 equals 8A minus 4. Subtract 6A from both sides. 10 equals 2A minus 4. Add 4 to both sides. 14 equals 2A, divide by 2, divide by 2, A equals 7. Here's what some people messed up on. A equals 7, but that's not the answer, because we're trying to find TS, and TS is this side length. So that means we got to take our 7 for A and plug it back in. So we have 8 times 7 minus 4. Because we're plugging in 7 to this. So what is that? 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. 52. So our answer, TS, the length of TS is 52. It's not degrees. It's just some unit of measure, maybe inches, maybe feet, whatever it was. But that's not told to us. The other part, it's not really tricky, but it's different from what was like in the test review, although we did have a problem like this. So for parallelograms, we know opposite sides are congruent, but we also know that opposite angles are congruent. So Q is congruent to S, R is congruent to T, but these aren't opposite angles, Q and T. They are consecutive angles. It was one right after another. Consecutive angles for parallelograms add up to 180. So, yeah, so we add them. 18b minus 11, not equals. I was just thinking equals, not equals. So we take this plus 9b plus 2, 9b plus 2, and that equals 180. So we don't set them equal to each other because they're not opposite angles. If they were opposite angles, then we could set them equal. But they're not, so we won't. And then you can combine like terms. 18 plus 9, what was that, 27? Negative 11 and positive 2, that's negative 9 equals 180. Add 9. We get 27b equals 189. Divide by 27. Divide by 27. What is that? That's 189 divided by 27. 7. Oh, b also equals 7. But we're not finished. It's asking for the measure of angle S. That's this angle. We don't have this angle. But we have this angle. And those are congruent. So I can just plug in the 7 to this. 18 times 7 minus 11. What's 18 times 7? 18 times 7. 126 minus 11. And what is that? Minus 11. 115 is our answer, equals 115 degrees. So you have to be careful. Sometimes you're solving for one of these and then maybe it's asking for angle S. Like if you found this, you could subtract what you got from 180 and that's fine. Or you can just plug it into this one and it'll be the same here. So either way, if you plugged in the 7 to this, you would get whatever, what is that, 65. And then 180 minus 65 gives you 115 anyway. So either way, Just know that opposite angles are congruent and consecutive angles add up to 180. That's how we got this equation. That's it for that one.